Thanks for tuning in. Parents are allowed to. If you want to dive deeper into teen development or clear up some social misconceptions about faith, join the community on our website, thevangel.com, to link to our Facebook page or catch up with the conversation on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter or X. Make sure that you are subscribed. We have a long trip ahead. Tell your friends that the YouTube version offers multi-language translation, too. This podcast comes from well-detailed articles in our blogs on our website, thevangel.com, where the relevant scriptures are referenced and discussed. This is The Code. I'm Noah. Stay sharp, stay spiritual, and keep your firewall up. Peace. Noah Omalua.
What's good, fam? Welcome back to The Code. We are back in our series, The Anxious Generation. Quick question. When was the last time you did absolutely nothing? I don't mean watching Netflix. I don't mean listening to a podcast while folding laundry. I mean just sitting. No phone, no music, no screens, just you and your brain. If the thought of that makes you panic, you aren't alone. You have the virus. We call it FOMO, the fear of missing out. But it's actually deeper than that. It's the fear of boredom. We are the first generation that treats silence like an emergency. If the Wi-Fi goes down for 30 seconds, we act like we're losing oxygen. But the hard truth for today is, if you can't be bored, you can't be brilliant. Constant noise kills creativity. Today, we are going to learn how to detox from the dopamine and rediscover the power of the quiet. Let's open the source code. We need to see how the most powerful people in the Bible handled their notifications. Session 1. The Wilderness Strategy. Let's look at Jesus. He had the biggest platform in history. Crowds following him, people begging for content, miracles trending daily. But watch what he did in Luke 5:15 through 16, NLT. The crowds grew larger, but Jesus often withdrew to the wilderness for prayer. The breakdown. Often withdrew. Jesus didn't just ghost the crowd once. He made it a habit. He knew that if he stayed online 24/7, he would burn out. So he went to the wilderness, a place with zero signal, zero likes, and zero noise. We think missing out is a loss. Jesus saw it as a gain. He missed out on the applause, so he wouldn't miss out on the Father. The FOMO virus tells you, if I'm not there, I'm irrelevant. The Jesus code says, if I don't unplug, I'm useless. You need to disconnect to reconnect. Lesson 2. The Stillness Hack. Now let's talk about why we hate boredom. It's because silence is loud. When the noise stops, your thoughts start. And for a lot of us, our thoughts are scary. But Psalm 46:10 NLT gives us the hack. Be still and know that I am God. The breakdown. Be still. The Hebrew word here essentially means drop your hands. Stop fighting, stop scrolling, stop checking. God doesn't usually shout over your Spotify playlist. He speaks in the still, small voice. If your input volume is always at 100%, you're drowning out the most important notifications. Boredom isn't empty time, it's recharge time. It's the moment your brain finally processes everything you've learned. If you fill every gap with a TikTok, your brain never gets to file the data. That's why you're anxious. Your RAM is full. Hey, quick pause before we go on. I want to remind you that what you are listening to right now are excerpts from articles on our gospel website, www.thevangel.com, and other broadcasts on YouTube, where you get access to unique insights and detail on specific issues through our playlists and articles, all provided completely free, and in many languages too. This series, Code with Noah, is set to be a collection of 5 minutes podcast or less. A few are a bit longer. They are delivered to handle aspects of life, issues that young people are talking about, to help align their perspectives towards the will of God, 4 times every week. On Mondays with Noah, it's the Culture Shock series about routing lifestyles. Wednesdays with Noah takes on the hard truths about trending social issues. On Fridays with Noah, we tackle the supernatural spiritual edge of living. And on Sundays with Noah, we delve deep into the ancient codes delivered by the prophets in Bible study. When you make a comment or review, you're not just showing gratitude. You may be provoking another episode for us to expand upon. You gain, and your friends gain too. Anyways, your contribution matters. Place your contribution in your favorite podcast app wherever you hear this. Please visit our pages and websites to leave your message. www.theevangel.com is a sure bet to connect to everything else. We have many podcasts and other valuable publications on YouTube to bless you and your friends. Thanks. Now, let's get back to decoding. Lesson 3. The one thing priority. Finally, let's look at the story of Martha and Mary in Luke 10:41-42 NLT. Martha is running around like crazy, trying to host the perfect party, major FOMO energy. Mary is just sitting at Jesus' feet doing nothing. Jesus tells Martha, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth concerning about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken away from her." The breakdown. One thing. The virus makes us want everything, every trend, every update, every event. But the cure is focusing on one thing. Mary wasn't lazy, she was focused. She realized that sitting with the source was more valuable than running with the crowd. You are worried about all these details, your grades, your fit, your likes. Jesus is saying, chill, you're missing the point trying to not miss out. The only thing you can afford to miss out on is the presence of God. Everything else is just noise. So, here's the wrap-up for this anxious generation, FOMO virus. Boredom is not the enemy. It is the birthplace of creativity. It is the waiting room for revelation. Schedule the wilderness. Put your phone in another room for 30 minutes a day. Force yourself to be bored. Drop your hands. Stop trying to keep up. Be still. Choose the one thing. Don't let the fear of missing out on the world cause you to miss out on God. That's it for the FOMO virus. Challenge for the weekend. Turn off your notifications. See what happens. I promise the world will still be there when you get back. This is Noah. Stay weird, stay faithful.